Yo, 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 everybody, how's it going? So, in this one, I want to talk about when we can recognize things that are draining us. So, something that I notice is definitely, and I'm sorry I'm jumping a few steps here, but I do just want to talk about this so people can start paying attention to it. In everyday life, when we are not aware or conscious about our being, ourselves, our energy centers, and the things that we give off, we can actually lend a lot of our energies that we don't even recognize unconsciously we are giving away to others. I don't know if when you work or just having a normal day or whatever, or shopping, whatever you're doing, you come home, you're like, I'm so drained, and you just want to pass out. And honestly, you feel like you don't have any energy and you don't know where you can get any of that energy up to keep going, or you just go to sleep and get back up, or you're still tired. One thing I learned is that we don't recognize how much energy we are connected to all the time infinitely. Many of us think that we only have a certain reserve of energy, but this is why you need to understand why it's also what you feed your mind. It's also what you allow. So as I get further into this, I'll tell you why it's these ways, but for now, I'm just going to share what you can do. So what you can do is let yourself, your higher self, and the all know that you do not wish to let your energy just constantly be drained from you. Or you can let it know that you have more than enough energy, that if you are giving off energy, that you are completely okay because you have source energy constantly filling you, okay? Then there is also giving the boundaries of, I do not let this person, whatever person, allowed to take on more energies, or I give this person all my loving energies. Or if you want to give negative, I personally never give a negative. This is what I actually do. I actually go, I have more than enough energy for everyone all the time, entire world. And I constantly, because I am connected to source, give off all my loving positive energies that can help and heal anyone that needs it. And so as I walk in step, that is my constant intention always. At the same time, I do not let other people, this is my boundary that I created, I do not let other people drain me. Meaning that when they are around, if they need the energies from me, they are welcome to as much loving and healing energies that they need and that will go through to them. And yet what I also get back in exchange from them is their loving positive vibes as well. I don't take on the negative energies. Now, does that mean that that's a bad thing? Not necessarily, but I want you to also understand that there is really, and as we get further, I'll explain further too, there is no real negative or positive. While there is negative positive, there is no real negative and positive, meaning that when you recognize that positive brings about negative and negative brings about positive and positive negative negative, that it does both. So in truth, it ends up canceling each other out in some ways. And I'll explain that further as I go too. Right now, you might be like, you can't just cancel out. And I mean, like I said, it just takes time to understand. And what I mean by that is when you understand that there is no actually negative or positive energy, and that we actually have all the power in the world to transform, to affect, to do whatever we wish to energy, that's when you will recognize a lot more. But for now, while you're becoming more aware of stuff, if you wish, like I said, those tips up front, that you can just give it whatever you wish. You don't have to say the ones I did. The way I got to the ones I did was by thinking further, was by consciously thinking further, that out of this. So I'll give you an example. One, and I just did it last night, and I haven't done this for a while, since I was actually a young kid. And this is when I actually recognized these things as well and taught me to, constantly go further. One of them was, first of all, recognizing energy. If you don't believe that you have an effect on other people's energy, here is something that you can do to prove it to yourself. When you are with somebody or in a group, whatever you wish, within that group, when you feel a certain energy, become conscious and aware of the energy around you. Then become conscious and aware of the energy that you are putting out and adding to this experience, okay? In that moment, recognize how, with that energy that you are putting out, what is happening in this experience, okay? Now, stop putting energy into it. What is happening now? And then now change your energy. For me, I personally say change it to one that you can see obviously, meaning if you want to do opposite or if you want to do something totally out there, but something that you can see, that you can't be like, I mean, you're going to do it anyways. You're going to talk yourself out of it. That's what we do as humans. But something that you can see, that you kind of be like, okay, like I know I can talk myself out of that, but I don't know, that really, I felt like it did something. And from there, If you notice it did something in that moment, cool, and you admit it to yourself, cool. If you don't, do it again and again and again until you recognize or see that you truly have a huge effect, or an effect that you did put in. Because if you were just like, did I have an effect? And then it's like, you had a little effect, because remember, karma, which I actually have up there, it's about what you put in comes back to you, meaning that if you're just like, you're gonna get but if you go like, oh yes, I'm going for it, that's exactly what you'll get back to, even more so actually. Okay, so yeah, so basically what I was saying was, so when giving energy, I remember I used to be like, give them love energy, or give them positive energy, or give them, but you need to understand, when someone is in a low place, love energy in the most positive form is not necessarily the best thing for them at the moment. You have to understand, like, when you think about yourself in complete darkness and then you get into a room of complete lightness, what happens? You can't look. Oh my God, it hurts your eyes, or other way around. You go into a room of complete darkness from a room of complete lightness, and what happens? It's so black you can't see anything until you settle in, and then you realize the dark is actually not that dark. It's actually pretty light, and you can see a ton of stuff in it. And so we need to understand that that is pretty much the same thing. Meaning that, so when I was recognizing to send energy, I at first would send the most positive because that's who I was. But then I recognized it didn't always go well, because it is, like I said about that dark room, it becomes something that is uncomfortable, and it becomes something they don't wish to accept. So as I went further and tried to, because my true intention was to truly help people in the way that I could, that would actually help and benefit them in a way where their lives could actually truly be better, purely. And I realized that that's not my decision then, what is the best for them or what they need in that moment, because I don't know what they need. Only they might not know what they need either. And so for me, because I do believe in God, source, creator, and all the angels and all the universal, and I believe in our higher souls and souls, I do believe everything higher than us, way higher in the pure love, knows what is amazing for us, knows with our soul that we have decided with everything else, knows what is best for us. And so I trust in those energies, and I ask those energies to send to those that I love, or the people, whatever, anything, what they know or believe is best for what they need, that person, to get through what they need to get through. And that is what I send them. And so in that, I say, please send them whatever it is that they need that will help them through whatever they're getting. And to me, it is also that love energy and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, so in recognizing where energy is draining you, that will actually show you the parts in your life that you are not, either one, happy, two, conscious about, or three, you haven't fully decided what it is about this. So the reason why things are normally draining is because it's not in alignment with us, meaning that what it is that we feel, but what we're doing is what we think we should do. And so we do it and it's not quite matching up. And in that is energy draining. In that is when you hang out with those people, you feel drained. In that is when you go do this certain activity, you feel drained. When you go to work, you feel drained. And I just want you to know that the moment that you feel drained, that is a sign for you to know that is not in alignment with your being. And it is up to you if you wish to choose that experience continuously and you wish to keep doing that, or if you wish to keep doing it and learning new ways to add the energy to you, to fuel you, to give the energy. Or maybe because you keep telling yourself that you're drained, or this is this, check in with your things. Are you telling yourself you're tired? Are you telling yourself this, that it stresses you out, that it worries you? What are you feeding your mind? And is that leading to your experience? Start recognizing this. Start seeing consciously what are the thoughts you're feeding your mind, and is that existing and adding up to your experience? And I will tell you that 9 times out of 10, yes, 100% it is. All right. And I think that's all for today. So enjoy yourselves and checking in every situation about, is this draining? Is this in alignment? Do I like this? Can I send more energy here? What can I do? This is when it starts getting you to talk to yourself, to get those questions going, to get your mind going, for you to recognize what it is that you love and wish to experience. And then you'll start to recognize your power, the choices, the things you feed your mind, and how much control you actually have over all of this. And when I say control, though, we're going to have to talk about that too, because it can't be control, because you have to have control and let it go and go with the wave and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, talk about all that. Anyways, love you all. Good luck. And yeah, tons of loving energy, tons of energy that you need for whatever it is that you need to do. Anyways, love you all. Mwah!